Hi there YouTube, Musical Aviator here. We're at the ground at Sydney Airport in the Boeing 777 PMDG with United Airways livery. Now of course United 839, we're going from Sydney down to Melbourne. Okay, just getting set up in the cockpit here. And I'll start off with the ADIU and also getting the right doors open. There we go. Other FS actions. Need to put in the correct payload, so we're going to use PFPX for this. Zero fuel weight is 412,676 pounds. That's zero fuel, yep. Needs decimal point. There we go, using pounds like Americans. Let's go to fuel. We need to release with 29,776. That's about right. Okay, let's go in the FMS. We've got the current AIRAC 1406, May 29th till June 25th. GPS position is set, and we're at Sydney, YSSY. We're at Sydney to Melbourne. Go route, there we go. Just checking, we have Sydney, H65 Resi, Q29 Melbourne. Activate that. Zero fuel weight, 412.7. And let's check reserves. Alternate is 3.36 to Avalon. That's a 10% of 1.2. And hold 6.5. Gonna add alternate and the holding fuel. Which is 9.9 really. 9.9. Cool, flight level 380. Cost index will be 150. And we'll wait for the weather to come back in properly. I just had an issue with my network. I had an issue with the actual modem and internet itself over the weekend, but just an hour ago I was turning two computers on the same network, and they both had the same IP address, so they kept on knocking each other off. Anyway, so far I've solved that by turning one of the computers off. So I'm down to 2 screens tonight instead of the usual 3, which is going to be a pain. Also in Q&H today. Let's see what ActiveSky is doing. Real live time mode, very good. And what else is happening up here? Not too much, but we could put the packs on for the passengers to have air conditioning. That's a very good idea. 4 minutes to alignment. Let's get the ADDOS, which is 12625.
You're 3,500. Temperature 18 QNH 1016. On first contact with ground approach, notify received. Sydney Information Charlie, visual approach, runway 34 left and 34 right for arrivals and quarter punches. Wind 270 degrees at 8 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Clouds, view 3,500. Temperature 182NH1016. On first contact with ground approach, notify received. Sydney Information Charlie, visual approach, runway 34 left and...
Just going to turn them off for a little while. You'll notice that the frequency is still tuned, but we just turned down the volume. Okay, Information Charlie, runway 34 left is going to be the runway for departure most likely. Which means it's a long one. We can derate 55, probably even more than that if we wanted to, but we'll use 55. Climb 1 derate. Flaps 5 for takeoff. Center of gravity trim 29%, giving us a actual trim of 2.5, elevator trim. And it'll probably be 3-4 left and Wollongong 9 departure. I'll stick that in just as a placeholder until we get cleared for it. Which it probably will be. Cleared for it, that is. Right, let's look at the first checklist. Oxygen. Tested my side, it's all good. First side is all good. And jump seat's fine. And just waiting on flight instruments. About 2 minutes till we can check them. Let's go and talk to ground and get ourselves a clearance. 1217.
3,500. Temperature 18.
It's Information Charlie, and cloud was 3,500. Just going to bring up some charts on my screen here. Departing Sydney.
Sydney Ground today, Qantas 451 request for NXN. Sydney Ground, Qantas 451 in receipt of Charlie request airway clearance through to Melbourne.
451, good evening, it's to Melbourne via Wollongong. Initial time 5,000, runway 341. Full departure Wollongong 22. 450.
Clear Melbourne via Wollongong, initial altitude 5,000, runway 34 right road for departure Wollongong transition, squawk 4510, and departures on your stick on 451.
Sydney Ground, United 839, heavy, requesting clearance to Melbourne.
United States 39 heavy, Sydney Ground, good evening sir. You are cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong transit route. Initially 5,000, runway 34 left, Wollongong 9 departure, or 4466, and departure to Sydney approach 124.4.
839 cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong. Wollongong 9 departure, runway 34 left, initial climb 5,000, score code 4466, and departure is 124.4. Nod 839 heavy. And score code 4466.
Sydney Ground 1123, ready for push and start.
That's it.
Push and start approved. Tail to the right.
Wollongong 9 as I expected.
Car to the right, 1123.
Initial climb is 5,000, that's set now. And departure frequency 124.4.
Contact with tower 120.5, good night.
120.5. Mr. Roman 28. Have a good evening. Thank you.
And 124.4 is in the standby. Cool. And we have instruments. Flight instruments heading. Heading is about 060-ish, 061, that's correct. And altimeter 1016, and the altitude is showing about 20 feet, 30 feet, somewhere in there. That's very good. Pre-flight checks are complete. Cool, got a ding from the cabin. Flight deck door closed and locked. Passenger signs just coming up. And they're set to on. MCP V2. So V2 is 149. That's set. Heading and track will be for runway 34, which is heading 335. And altitude set 5,000. Takeoff speeds. V1 at 138 with the rotation at the same speed. And V2 149, that's set. And in the MCP also. CDU pre-flight. Okay, we have the
Ground 1123 ready for
departure.
taxi.
Ground 1123.
Departure is set. Flight level 380 set. Nav is set. Transition was wrong. 10,000 feet here in Australia.
Taxi via Alpha crossing 725 to the Alpha 6
Cruise
holding
looks
point
fine.
runway 34 left 1123.
And descent. Don't have that yet, but the forecast we'll put level 110. And we'll enter the flight, the other things once we're in. Let's go to legs, route data, requesting the winds, that's all set. And that's fine. CD pre-flight is completed. Trim. Just need to get some power onto them. Let's go on to beacon and trim coming up with hydraulics. Trim request was 2.5. Trim set. Let's do taxi and takeoff briefing. We've been cleared for runway 34 left, the Wollongong departure. Runway itself is 3,962 meters long, and would need a taxi along Alpha 6 to get there. We're in International 5, so we'll be turning with our tail to the left, nose to the right, via Yankee, probably Golf and then Alpha.
Yeah, 175.
Maybe Hotel and Alpha.
Don't
Don't forget, up there we're looking for a speed of 100 knots, I think, or was it 80? I'll make it 100. 100 knots is our safety speed, so we've actually got that set already, look at that. And then we'll be getting it airborne. V1 and rotation is the same, so we can abort for any major failures right up to the takeoff. After takeoff we are climbing to 5,000 feet. There is a gradient requirement, and it is 3.3 degrees, but it is 5.9 to 2,500 feet. It's parallel runway operations. We're on the left hand side runway, so we must turn left. And that left turn is at 800 feet. Track 090, it's 10 DME of City, and then track direct. That says track direct to Glenfield after 7,000 feet. And from Glenfield it's direct to Wollongong, and as the planned route. Left seat is flying today, and we'll be making the calls from the left seats. If there is any issue, we have fairly clear weather, a few clouds at 3,500, we can make a visual circuit, and runway 34 left is probably the preferred runway. Okay, taxi takeoff briefing is complete. And the rest of that is when our engines have started. Let's go into the door checklist. Let's get these boys sorted out. Cargo doors are closing. And we're closed on the passengers' doors. Jetway's coming off. Go in the cabin. Cabin crew, arm doors cross-check. Go on to engine. And ready for push. Sydney ground, United 839 with Charlie is ready for push. We're at International 5.
United 839, heavy push and start approved.
Push start approved. No, 839.
We're at 1123.
Jump at that ground, we've been cleared for the push.
120.5, 1123, thanks.
Flight director is armed. And we'll alarm LNAV VNAV as well. It's going to grab the V2 safety speed, 149 on the standby. Standby altimeter also 1016, and we can get our fuel pumps on. Logo lights on, beacon is on.
1205, 187.
And hydraulic panel is set, we're ready for push. I don't have our chocks off. Cool. Parking brakes released. We've been clear for start. We'll start number 2 first on the right. And engine running, fuel control run. EGT rising. And EGT stabilized. Start the cutoff. See, start engine left side. That's running, and the fuel control to run. . EGT rising.
City ground, good evening. Velocity 587 with information Delta, requesting a clearance to Melbourne.
Velocity 587, good evening, state, clearance to Melbourne, Wollongong Clear Group. Initially at 5,000, runway 34 right.
Start cutoff. EGT stable. Okay, that's fine. For taxi, anti-ice is not required. Recall. Recall, TCAS is off, APU is running. Let's cut the APU. Auto brake, set RTO. Flight controls and ground equipment.
Sydney ground quarter 451 request, push is done. Push is done for con 451.
Parking brake set. And just gonna check spoilers are all good. Flight controls checked. Okay, let's hit the recall again. That's all fine. Park brake set, auto brake RTO, APU call down, passenger sides. And just waiting with ground equipment. G'day. In clear to disconnect, we'll catch you on the left hand side.
The ground unit in Charlie, request push and stop.
Okay, ground equipment is clear. Next checklist.
Charlie, request push and stop.
Here's the takeoff checks. We have flaps 5 for departure.
Just confirming that clearance ready.
Let's go with clock.
The referee, I not copy your last transmission in there, please, ready?
Uniform Tango Charlie, just confirm that you've received a clearance from another controller.
That's affirmative. We have received an airway clearance to Melbourne with block 4465 and my report departures Wollongong transmission runway 34 right.
Okay, Uniform Tango Charlie, taxi via Golf Charlie, cross 25, Bravo 10, Tango 6.
Oh, hitting ground. Negative, we are now ready for taxi as we are requesting push and stop clearance.
Oh, Yankee Tango Charlie, my apology about that. Push and stop approved.
Push and stop approved. Yeah, we're going to Charlie 6.
Ground there. United 839 with Charlie's ready for taxi off International 5.
United 839, taxi out of the International 5, then along Golf, Alpha, cross 07. The Alpha 6 holding point, runway 34 left.
Good, we're cleared by Golf Alpha, cross runway 25 and Alpha 6 at 8:39. Let's go TCAS on. And there. TCAS is off and we have terrain. We're on for Golf. That's the first one. Good old Sydney. Can't wait to get our little aerosol scenery in. Cabin's ready. Lead across 25. Strobes are on. 25 appears clear. 07 is clear. Check. Crossing. And we are clear. Strobes off.
United 839, when you're ready, contact the tower 120.45 kilo.
120.15, United 839, heavy, thanks. Okay, I'll leave that there. 120.5.
Needing Sydney Tower, the wind is 2407 knots, runway 34 right, clear land.
Clear land, runway 34 right, velocity 150.
Sounds like them. Go for takeoff checks, flaps 5 set. Checklist complete. PA to all. Cabin crew seats for departure. Ah, big boy coming in. Sydney Tower, United 839 Heavy, runway 34 left, fully ready.
United 839, good evening, Sydney Tower. Hold short, runway 34 left.
Takes 2 and hold short, runway 34 left, United 839 Heavy.
Sydney Tower, insert 263, with you inbound, runway 34 left. Insert 263, good evening, Sydney Tower, continue your approach, runway 34 left. Emirates 412, contact ground 121.7, dinner. And Emirates, correction, handset 263, the winds 2407 knots, runway 34 left, clear to land. Clear to land, handset 263.
And we're on the hold point, brakes are set. And United 839 behind the landing 777, line up and wait behind. On the landing 777, line up, wait behind, United 839. Yeah, we can go right now. Strobes on. And outer landing lights on.
Approaching 3-4 left.
Check 3 for left.
On runway 3-4 left.
On runway 34 left, confirmed.
And 263, clear of the active. And set 263, contact ground 121.7, good night. 121.7, and set 263, good night. United 18 on the winds at 240 degrees at 7 knots, contact departures airborne, runway 34 left, clear for takeoff.
Right, 34 left, clear for takeoff, departures airborne. 839 heavy. Power stable, 55, take up. Take off first set. 100 knots.
V1, rotate, V2.
Balls to the right, gear up. And departures. 800 feet. Turning left. Flaps 1.
G'day, Sydney approach, velocity 888 with you, passing flight over 150 for 10,000.
Velocity 888
Flaps up.
Sydney approach, today, continue to test the 5,000 ratio.
5,000, velocity 888.
Sydney approach, United 839, climbing for 5,000 out of 3,300.
United 839, Sydney departure today identified, continue climbing through flight level 280, to cancel speed below 10,000.
Cancel speed below 10,000, climb flight level 280, United 839 heavy.
And Qantas 487, my apologies, contact the Southern Center now, 125 decimal 0. Yeah. Anyway, Julia, turn left heading at 350 degrees from that heading, this is the ILS runway 34 left, report established.
Turning left 350 to 34 left, we'll go any more kilo.
And easy mode, Julia, if you've got to re-intercept from the right, you can do that.
Coming up for 10,000.
Post good evening, velocity 887, understand 130,000, receive Delta.
310,000. Altimeter standard.
Let's
grab a checklist.
Velocity 887.
After takeoff checklist, landing gear is up, flaps
Yeah,
are
you
up.
might, so in distance setting, if you need to re-intercept the ILS from the right 434 left, you can do that.
We'll go any more kilo.
United 839, cancel the SID track direct to Wollongong, and then plan to.
Cancel SID direct to Wollongong, planned route, another 839 heavy. Direct to Wollongong set.
Kilo Zulu establishing yourself on the ILS, you cleared for the approach, runway 34 left. Call Sydney Tower.
There's Bankstown Airport.
120.50.
It's a general aviation airport, lots of Cessnas and Pipers floating around there.
Contact Sydney at 10 miles on 120, this is 5 any more kilo today.
pilot set. Lights off. Automatic on the passenger signs. Everything else up there looks fine. Maybe take out the logo. Coming up on 20,000. Net controller will be 1250.
Velocity 888 and velocity 887 in turn. You can expect to change a runway 25 due to uncertain stabilities of freefall left and right at this stage. Velocity 888 to turn right heading 070 degrees.
Right, 070, what's its left?
The velocity 887 for you as well, 070 degrees. And there'll be a little bit of a hold at 5,000 feet for runway 25.
And then can we get a 6 for Sydney, velocity left?
Velocity 888, the wind in Sydney 240 degrees 7 knots, so it's actually going to be working in our favour for the second, so we'll give you a call back in a minute.
And 87, copy right, 07 there.
Number 839, contact Melbourne Centre 125 decimal 0.
Over to Melbourne Centre 125 decimal 0. United 839 heavy, yeah. Melbourne Centre, United 839 heavy, climbing flight level 280 through flight level 260.
United 839 heavy, good evening, Melbourne Centre, climbing flight level 380.
Climb flight level 380, United 839 heavy.
Centre 175, contact Melbourne Centre 125 decimal 2, good night. 125 decimal 2, yes, no,
Stop a climb. Just a tiny bit of turbulence in there. Just rocking the boat a little bit. Let's have a look at what the SIGWEX says, and hopefully we don't stay in this for too long. High level. Yeah, it's not actually really too much of an issue. We do have 100 knot wind at level 380, but I think it teeters off before Sydney. It's probably just the back end of that we're looking at. Just there looks like the Shoalhaven River. A passenger announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for flying with us on United Airways Flight 839 between Sydney and Melbourne. This is a continuation of the service from Los Angeles to Melbourne. We're just out of Sydney obviously, and we do expect to arrive in Melbourne in approximately 1 hour flight time, being 1 hour and 3 minutes. We'll be cruising at an altitude of 38,000 feet and at a speed of about 490 knots. Thanks again for flying with United Airways. Most of you on board would have been with us since Los Angeles. It's current crew is new crew, and we hope that you enjoy your flying experience with us. Just for those that have American, this is an Australian crew obviously. We use the word Melbourne. You may know it as Melbourne or other variations thereof. Anyway, we should hope to see you on the gate on time for an on-time arrival in Melbourne. Currently the weather in Melbourne relatively cold at 13 degrees Celsius, and a bit of wind from the west. And there are forecasts for showers and scattered rain tomorrow.
11:23, contact Melbourne Central 125.
Indeed, that should be the case overnight, with showers and scattered rain.
To 11:23, thanks a lot, catch you next time.
Anyway, thanks for flying with United Airways down to Melbourne today, and hope you have a pleasant stay and safe onward journey. Safety speed on the standby, 220 knots. I'm just checking the descent forecast. So VNAV descent page forecast, flight level 110 for the transition. About level 310. 230, 150, and 7,000. Top one there, 136 at 20.
35, 44, 3262.
Next one down, 139 at 20.
3262,
135 at 15. And 109 at 8. And we're just waiting for the arrival.
Melbourne Centre, good evening, Mike November Charlie, flight level 370.
Currently wind at Melbourne, 220 at 6.
Mike November Charlie, good evening, Melbourne Centre. I've got your star available when you're ready.
From 1000 Zulu,
Go ahead, Mike November Charlie.
which is
Mike November Charlie, your star is a river on arrival.
in 30 minutes.
When ready, descend flight level 210.
A River 9 arrival.
Wind
runway
250 at 7
when
knots.
ready,
Scattered
flight level
1,200,
210,
broken
Mike November
2,000.
Charlie.
Mike November Charlie, affirm.
And in 1 hour from now, wind 260 at 7 knots.
544, you identified.
Showers of rain, broken 1,200, broken 2,000.
Then C4E4 arrival, runway 25. When ready, descend to 10,000.
We do have an inter. Inter says from 1000 to 1100.
Runway 25 at 1 rating flight level 100,
We have visibility of 5,000. Showers of rain.
34 left, travel arrival.
And occasional visibility 3,000. Broken 700 feet. So yeah, it's going to get a bit messy down in Melbourne. With any luck we miss it, but yeah, we just do end up in the beginning of that section, so the first inter probably doesn't fly. And that suggests wind 250, 10 km visibility, scattered 1,200, broken 2,000. But you never know, we might get hit by the inter, so 5,000 metres showers of rain is a possibility. Here's auto brake 2.
City United 427, with direct cover, maintaining 390. United 470, it is in Melbourne Center. Your star is a unit 1 arrival, runway 25, maintain flight level 310.
Unit 1, runway 25, maintain 310, just requesting a 2-minute stabilization.
United 427, your direct column, is that correct?
That's
Yeah, let us know when you get back then.
yeah, remember,
Melbourne, Senegal, Qantas 1196 with you at flight level 410.
Qantas 1196, good evening, Melbourne Centre. Your star is a River 1 arrival, runway 25. When ready, descend to flight level 210.
And we've got on the Rivet 1 arrival, runway 25. And when ready, descend flight level 210, Qantas 1196.
Mike on the Charlie, leaving flight level 370.
Mike on the Charlie.
We're going to just try up the ADIS 1327.
Velocity 587, good evening, Melbourne Centre. Final flight level 380. Up to 380. What's the 587, just confirm your tracking direct lines on changes?
We're tracking direct to Rosie,
Direct Rosie, thanks.
It's a flight hall whiskey maintain level 390.
It's 540.
Right, so ADIS isn't coming up.
Good evening, Melbourne Centre. Your star
It's not
is
by
River
voice
1
now.
arrival, runway 25. When ready, descend to flight level 210.
That's a Rivet 1 arrival, runway 25, and we'll descend when ready to level 210 for just 540.
3544, contact Sydney approach on 124.4.
124.4 velocity 544 here.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 451, passing through flight level 220 on Qantas flight level 240.
Qantas 541, good evening. Qantas flight level 380.
Flight level 380, Qantas 451.
Station calling Melbourne Centre, station.
No, it's going to come 487, just something we didn't hand off.
My apologies, I should hand you off, thank you. Stand by.
No worries. 1252 actually in Qantas 487.
Yeah, let me just get the other controller through Melbourne first.
Yeah, no.
Okay, looking at the airport diagram. Probably be looking at Pier Delta. And at a guess, I'd say Delta 6 down the road.
Contact Melbourne Centre on 125.
1520, have a good night, see you later, Qantas 487.
Cheers. United 839, contact Melbourne Centre on 125.2.
Oh, the Melbourne 125.2, no, 839 Hamilton.
Must be level 2, like level 5 through now.
Sorry, that would be correct.
On a Friday, 7 good evening, sir.
Melbourne Center, United 839 Heavy, flight level 380.
United 839, good evening, Center.
Down there, I reckon we're looking at, Lake Jennebai.
And so the compass 904, go to the cockpit, that's clear.
Compass 904, no problem, let me know when you're back, thanks.
Okay.
Well, we Center from 2A. Request frequency change to get weather 132.7.
Roman 28, no problem, let me know when you're back.
We'll go from 2A.
Number 7325, contact Melbourne Center 125, there's Mulder, good night, Tom.
125.0, thanks a lot, mate. Peace, 7325.
See a bit of snow on the ground over there, I reckon. Look at that. That's snow, that's not cloud.
Sherman 28. Alex Sherman 28, send to 9,000.
I reckon that is parachute.
1018, expect runway 34 vectors for arrival.
Should probably put that as Lake Jennebai and Kuma just up behind us somewhere.
Expect runway 34.
Show that in the airport. There it is, YCOM, Kuma. Just slightly behind our position. Slightly north of us. Aubrey up ahead. You see the mountains
Mike
quite
Alpha
clearly.
November, send to 9,000, Melbourne QNH 1018.
She's 9,000, 10.
Red 1123, start clearance for Melbourne is a Lizzie 8 Zulu arrival, runway 34. When ready to descend flight level 250.
34, right?
Lizzie 8 Zulu for runway 34 and when ready to send 250, I'm on the way, 1123.
1123, thanks.
8 Zulu.
On a 487, start clearance for Melbourne is a Lizzie 8 Zulu arrival, runway 34. When ready, descend flight level 250.
Is that me on now?
Oh, I didn't expect that. Lizzie 7 Zulu runway 34, 150, on 37.
Yeah, it is Arnav Zulu. There we go. Let's get that chart open. Balti. Alright, so looking at the Lizzie 8 Zulu arrival. From Lizzie down to Vepud. Crossing Vepud out below 9,000. Then to Askid, which you cross at less than 230 knots, or at 230 knots, more the point. And to Gula. And to Balti. And from Balti we enter the Arnav approach. And the island of approach, Arnav Zulu GNSS, runway 34 from Balti. Heading to Balti itself, which is over Balti Bridge, I believe.
Mike Alpha November, contact Melbourne approach 132.
From Balti it's 340, straight track into the runway. Via Lima Sierra Foxtrot final and Lima Sierra Mike, which is missed. So Balti's at 3,000 feet. Initial approach is 3,000 feet to capture the 3 degree. And down to 1,500 to cross final Sierra Foxtrot at 1,680. Continuing down to the MDA, which is 780 feet. Barrow minimums.
Melbourne Centre, Red 1123,
787.
Confirm Lizzie 7 Zulu for 34. I've got every other Lizzie except for 34. No Zulu for 34, 1123.
1123, no problems, updated as of 29th of May. The best dropout I've ever seen our services make. Just go to Lizzie 7 Victor. Runway 34.
Lizzie 7 Victor 34, take place, 1122.
Well, I've got it, look at that. Lizzie 8 Zulu. It's not 7 at all, it's 8. That updated some 3 days ago. So I guess not everyone's up to date yet.
Experimental 28 story change plan, expect runway 27 for arrival and contact Melbourne approach 132 decimal 0. Good night.
Expect runway 27, contact approach on 132 decimal 0. Good night. Experiment 3.
We'll take 3-4 if they can get it. Depends on the wind. I hope this 5,000 metre visibility stuff doesn't come in.
So have the signs 04 back on frequency. Compass 904. On a 490, contact Melbourne Centre 125 decimal 0. Good night.
Not much except clouds ahead though. All clouds. Seems to be a quiet night out there. Let's see what's happening. What's the traffic doing? Well, it's pretty steady actually. Most of it's up with Binduk at the moment though.
Okay, down 175 has prospect full on.
Station, calling second.
Right, 175 has prospect below at extent low.
175, so descend 9000, welcome to an H1018.
Down 9000, 1018 there, 135.
On a 490, contact center 1250.
It's almost amazing how far away that top of the set point is from Melbourne. I expect it to be up around halfway between Nabba and Bulla. No, it's a 777, not a 737. And we also haven't got the arrival route in yet. Not sure if we're doing runway 27 or runway 34. I secretly hope it's runway 34. Runway 27 for departure, 34 for arrival, lasso in effect. Wind 230 at 6, visibly greater than 10. Cloud broken at 600 feet. Broken at 2,000 feet, temperature 13. QNH 1018.
Red 1123 descend to 9000, Melbourne QNH 1018.
And 9000, 1018, 1123.
Another 839 start clearance from Melbourne is a Lizzie 8 Zulu arrival runway 34. When ready, descend flight level 250.
Our Lizzie 8 Zulu arrival runway 34 when ready down to flight level 250. Noted at 839 heavy. Okay, Lizzie 8 Zulu 34. NVP 34, is that one? There it is.
Link 137 Delta, good evening, Melbourne Centre.
Gula.
Identified, climb flight level 200.
Climb
That's rid of that, Lizzie. Closing the disco. And Gula. Closing that disco. Flight level 250 set up. Let's brief that. So, out of Nabba, Bulla, Tarex, Lizzie. From Lizzie we enter the arrival, which is Vepud. Across Vepud, out below 9,000. After Vepud is Askid, 230 knots. And then Gula. And from Gula we enter the runway 34, Arnev Zulu. Now Balti. Crossing Balti at above 3,000. and have let's step through the last bit there. Okay, there we go. Max and above 2,000. 170 knots in 2,000. And then runway 34. In case of go around, it's Ugaru, which is on runway heading. And I just left 3 Antier. Melbourne Centre, United 839 Heavy leaving flight level 3 Antier.
None of that turning up. Giant 175 contact level approach 132.
And there's an RNAV escape procedure up to Balti, where we enter a hold at Balti. That's further go around. Cool. Now looking at the runway when we arrive, we'll be looking for Foxtrot. We've got auto brake 2. When we miss Foxtrot we can take Echo, but I think we should get Foxtrot. Assuming we do get Foxtrot, we'll be entering via Tango into right hand turn Alpha, left hand turn Uniform, and Delta 6 or Delta 8 on the Delta gates. Cabin crew, please prepare the aircraft for arrival. Okay, let's take a look down here. I'll be using flap 25, 138. I think it was a approach speed of 143, flap 25.
Red 1173, contact Melbourne approach 132 days, 10, good night.
That'll be our next frequency as well.
132.01123.
And we had information, Yankee. About 839 approaching 250, requesting low.
United 839 to send flight level 140.
Alpha of 140, no 839. 140 set.
That's one is great, 7.5, 750.
QNH 1018. Set that on standby now. 1018 set. Let's do scent checks. Scent checks, recall.
I'm sorry,
Recall, no addons. Notes, there are none. Autobake 2. Landing data. VREF has been set. We have 143 on the approach speed, 138, flaps 25. Minimum has been set, 780 feet. And approach briefing has been completed. We're running the RNAV approach, runway 34. From the new Lizzie 8 Zulu arrival. Progress gives us 12.2 imperial tons arrival. No new messages, nothing to review. Flight level 220, let's go on to passenger signs on, and that looks fine. Okay, let's look at the actual approach. I'll be flying from the left hand seat. Manual approach, once visual. We'll be on the RNAV, which means VNAV, LNAV, with the altitude dialed in on auto mode. And that'll be for the Barrow altitude 780 for the minimums. Now there is a slight possibility that we'll be looking at rain and lower visibilities. The current METAR shows a bit of drizzle, 7,000 metre visibility, cloud few at 400 feet, broken at 600 feet and broken at 2,000 feet. So there is a possibility that we'll be looking at the go around. Now the go around is LNAV VNAV. Just need to hit the go around button, which is that one right there. So we'll be coming in manual approach if we get visual. If we don't get visual, we'll probably remain in auto until we go around. Unless there's a possibility of landing. So I'll leave it in auto. Obviously we can't land in auto, but auto down to about the minimums, or about 100 above the minimums, then we'll be taking over control, or going around. Assuming everything does go well, we have a PAPI on the left hand side of the runway. And there's 3 lead-in strobes just short of runway. Look at that stuff. Clouds and mountains. Cumulus granitus. Rocky clouds. So from that we can tell that the cloud is low. And the cloud is thick and wet underneath. So very nice and bright up here, but not so much down there. I do have a fair amount of extra fuel, about an extra 10 to 15 minutes, so then we can probably think about diverting. Let's see what our diversion point is like. Avalon. Yeah, it's actually much better. Wind 280 at 7 knots, visibility above 10 kilometers, broken cloud at 2,500. No, 839 approaching level 140.
United 839, descend at 9000, QNH 101.
And 9000, QNH 1018. No, 839 heavy.
47, approaching 9000 now. On the 47, contact approach 132, decimal 0. 120, correct. Concord 210,000 and direct transfer.
Okay, pretty much on leave.
462, good evening, Sonic Climb level 280. Climb level 280, Velocity 587 Starfield, Melbourne is a Lizzie 8 Zulu arrival. Runway 34, when ready to descend flight level 250.
And we're in the deceleration phase now.
8 Zulu arrival to runway 34, and I didn't copy the altitude there. Can you say that again?
So with landing lights on, strobes are on.
Velocity 581, flight level 250 when ready.
Landing lights and logo on me. Okay, the rest of that looks good, seatbelt signs are on.
Velocity 587, runway 34.
Copy that, runway 34, and that's a Lizzie 7 uniform, or Lizzie 7?
That's some pretty amazing cloud out there.
Number 10 velocity 587. Can you just confirm the arrival for me? I think I'm operating on an old over. Start back again.
Velocity 587, so if you don't have the Lizzie 8 Zulu, the Lizzie 7 Alpha, runway 27 is also available.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll take the 7 Alpha and 7
Velocity 587, roger, re-cleared, Lizzie 7 Alpha, runway 27.
Now once again, AirWreck data
Copy that, cleared for
comes out on the 30th of May. And
United 839, contact Melbourne approach 132, decimal 0, not run.
over approach 132.0, another 839 heavy. Have a good night.
Maintain minimum of speed due to precision.
Okay, standard set.
minimum approach speed. Thanks, 1123.
Have Yankee.
So level 23, turn right, turn right heading 340 and report issues with you.
Lights are on.
Turning right, report visual, 1123.
Remember the approach.
487 descend 3000. The second turn left heading 170, break station calling Melbourne approach, stay full.
United 839 heavy descending at 8,000 through 10,000 feet with a Yankee.
United 839 heavy, Melbourne approach descend 5,000, runway 34.
Another 5,000, runway 34. United 839 heavy. 5,000 foot set.
487 Melbourne approach. Or the 487, go ahead.
I think you give us 2,000, but you...
Cabin crew, please be seated for arrival.
Qantas 487, another approach, service confirming for the owner, or are you for the Liberty arrival?
I can do the unheard.
Qantas 487, the TMA, I'll get you just to the tickets, and I'll get you to fly the vector for me. So when ready, turn left, heading on 170.
170, ready,
Approach 1123 is visual.
1123, contact Melbourne Town.
Okay, approach checks.
120 decimal 5.
Approach checklist, altimeter 1018 set and cross-checked. And next will be landing.
Qantas 450 at 5,000 on the Gladstone 8 departure.
Qantas 450 Melbourne approach, restart for your friend, short lead talking mode Charlie, and your score code is 3050.
Qantas 450 squawking 3050. Sorry about that.
Qantas 450 Melbourne approach identified climb flight level 180, and not a worry, sir. Just you have a large vision gear transponder code with different hence flight couldn't identify.
Qantas 450 Roger, going to flight level 180.
Qantas 450.
Approach today, there's Yankee Victor Park, taxi to runway 35.
Yankee Victor Park, Melbourne approach. No reported IFR traffic.
Yankee Park.
Qantas 487 descend 4,000 and turn right heading 210.
217 and 2034.
All of this cloud is
United 839, maintain 5,000, and when ready, turn right. Correction, so left heading 160.
Okay, maintaining 5,000 and turning 160, United 839.
Traffic, Yankee Victor Park.
The reason I was going R is because he said when ready, turn 160. How about I don't want to turn 160? So I'll never be ready, and let's not. I can see another aircraft about 5 miles down there, downrange. Don't know why we're getting turned off course. Maybe it's because of traffic.
Qantas 487, turn right heading 260.
But we can't get a vector onto a non-existent localizer, can we? Is that rain? Yeah, it sounds like rain. 5,000 set. What's temperature? 16. Yeah, we're okay. No ADRs required. If there is, then I'm sure that the system will do that for us. So really, that last ATC instruction, just going over it, was descend to 5,000, effectively descending 0 feet from 5,000 to 5,000. And then when ready, turn heading 160, which means whenever I want to. I could have read, copy that, we'll turn heading 160 when ready, we are maintaining 5,000 feet, and just never turn to 160, because I'm never ready.
Corner 487, turn at the right, turning 340, report visual.
Visual? In this? Yeah, right. How about this? I might be visual at
39% 4,000, turn at the right, setting at 260 for 56. I'm just going to take it first.
Getting 260, not 839, just hanging an altitude, sorry.
You know, 839% and maintain 4,000.
Down to 4,000, 879 heavy.
Appreciate you, part of Essendon, time 22.
4,000, level change.
Victor, correction, Yankee, Victor, pass. Area QNH is 101.5 and remain outside of control airspace. Stand by from home. Roger, 15, remain out of control airspace, Yankee, Victor, pass. United 839, right being 320 full vision.
Heading 320, looking at the meta, we've got cloud view at 600 feet. Probably not going to be visual for a while.
United 839, Roger 30, Yarnav is a barometer on your reference.
Yeah, we'll take Yarnav, thanks.
United 839 approach, that's where the Yarnav approach to the runway 34 and just report on the final approach to them.
Copy that, we'll track direct to MilkRun, then the final for the Yarnav approach, United 839.
Comment 487 on the track conditions for approaches to Europe.
So MilkRun wants to process at 2,000. We've been cleared for the approach, let's go down there. LNAV VNAV 2,000 feet, so.
Climate 487, my apologies sir, we're going to
Flaps 1.
Controllers on might have missed that detail. You are on the Yarnav for runway 34 and when ready contact Melbourne South on frequency 120.5 for your clearance. Have a good night. 120.5, below.
Flaps 1, 220 knots. And we'll maintain 220 knots till MilkRun.
Yankee Victor Safar, clear to Alma. Go ahead for Yankee Victor Safar. Yankee Victor Safar, you're clear to Shepperton direct, plane through. Control airspace on climb 5,500 and they remain in the frequency. Clear to Shepperton direct, on climb 5,500 cleared into control airspace, Yankee Victor Safar. United 839 heavy, assume the hitting of the processes and contact Melbourne Tower on frequency 120.5. Good night.
On tower 120.5, United 839 heavy. Melbourne Tower, United 839 heavy, is tracking direct MilkRun to join RNAV arrival runway 34.
United 839, good evening, can you approach runway 34?
Continue approach 34, United 839 heavy. Cabin is ready.
487, cancel hold short stage, 19 feet 487.
2500.
Check.
South on 487,
Flat 1 speed, 200 knots. Get down. $780 feet set. There it is, 780. Visual. So maybe go around anyway. Speed brake arm, letting you down, just holding on flaps. Flat 15. Speed 15, 160, or 155, flap 25.
Well, thank you. 487, turn right onto runway 27. Right, 27, 487.
No clearance to land yet. We're at the minimums, my airplane.
500.
Check.
Approaching 34.
Speed 144.
Wind 2507 knots runway 34 to land.
Good land, you know, that thing that.
Take rate.
127 clear.
50. 30. 10.
And Qantas 487,
That was a bounce.
contact ground at 121.7. Have contact.
On the ground, reverses are in. $80 knots. 60 knots, manual braking. Yeah, oh, that stuff. Hopefully that loads at some point in time. Flight director off.
Line 80 to 39, welcome Melbourne, contact, ground now 121.7, have on straight, bye-bye.
121.7, no, 839. On the ground, United 839 heavy, just off on high speed golf.
United 839 heavy ground, g'day, welcome to Melbourne, active line Alpha to the bay.
It's right after the bay, United 839. Strobes and all that stuff coming off. Beacons on, logo can come off, taxi's on, and the APU coming up. Haven't had weather quite that interesting for quite a while. And you can see that 780 feet as per the minimums right there. So it's, when you got it in auto, it'll go in 100 foot steps most of the time, except when it gets to that barrow minimums, it'll go to the actual minimum 780 before it goes down to 700. That way you can fly the autopilot down to minimums and not any lower. Bit of a late landing clearance there, bit of a messy landing as well. I was just carrying a bit too much speed, I reckon. The landing itself wasn't that bad, but we weren't configured till about 500. Then I kept on grabbing the speed brake, trying to get into the arm position, and I went into the deployed position a couple of times. It's raining out there, pretty bad. Okay, Delta. Delta 6, I think. It's suggested Delta 4 only, so let's go there. Delta 4. Okay, let's return the altitude bug back to 4,900. That's about right there. Delta 8. Lots of rain, lots of cloud.
Melbourne ground will be logging off. Contact the operation of approach channel 132, taking over the 0.
It's Delta 4.
Good night, everyone.
Thanks, Fred.
Oh, he's under the shade of that building, so he's not getting wet. Lucky him. Taxi lights are off. And we're on the brakes. Very good, we're on 8 PU. Let's double check. Electricals, APU set, and we can take out the engines. Fuel control cutoff 1 and 2. Hydraulics coming off also. And the fuel pumps. No reason to have the wipers going. Go. So let's get this deboarding happening. And the jetway.